Good afternoon. Today we're coming to you from the NKP Mad River Railroad Museum in Bellevue, Ohio. We're continuing our excursion or destinations other than Cedar Point to check out while you're in town for Cedar Point. The Mad River Railroad Museum is about 19 miles south of Cedar Point, and we're right here by the tracks. I think there might be a train coming. Anyway, we're about 19 miles south of Cedar Point, and I think it's a 25-minute drive or so, somewhere around there. So if you're staying in that area, it's not too far of a drive if you like the trains and any kind of train history. There's also a lot of trains that come through Bellevue here. Sometimes we have steam engines come through, and there's usually a large crowd or people following that around. So there's a little parking area that we're in now next to some of the trains, and then there's a smaller parking area right across here. I've got a smaller area right over here in the building. Looks like you could fit about 5-6 cars over there. And you can see some of the trains stuff over there. And we've got some over here. There's a steam locomotive over there. They just got back and restored. We're going to check that out. But right here, there's a sign to make sure you do not walk across these tracks as they are live. They want you to go down here and use the sidewalk and cross over. So we're going to head down to that sidewalk, cross over, head into the gift shop, take a look around. I'm not sure how much it costs to do this, so we'll find out when we get in, and we'll show you guys what we got. Here we go. Just to give you guys an idea of the layout, there's some parking right here where we're at, and that's where the steam train is, and some of the cabooses and stuff. And then there's the main building there, and here's where most of the museum is located. And just as information, the restrooms are over here on the side of the building. And here's a little bit of a map on how to get here. If you're coming from Sandusky Cedar Point area, you're gonna be coming down Route 4 right over here, and you could take 113 into town, or you can come all the way down to Route 20, take it across, takes you right into town, and we're right here on these side streets. So pretty easy to get to. But admission is $10 for an adult, 13 to 59, 60 and plus is $9. Children 5 and 12 are $5, and children under 5 are free. And I believe all active duty military are free as well. So, and their schedule is right here, 12 to 4 every day, Memorial Day through Labor Day, or Saturday and Sunday only in May, September, and October. But Memorial Day to Labor Day, they're open every day, 12 to 4.
Let me know at 419-217-3193. I appreciate it. Again, my name is Steve Wasserman. 419
Little gift shop here.
217-3193. Thank you.
Cool pictures. A lot of train memorabilia.
That's pretty nice.
A lot of stuff. Some Mad River things. Sweatshirts 35 to 43. And they've got different jackets from different railroads. Norfolk Southern one. All kinds of little books.
So what school did you guys go to?
I go to the middle school.
The middle school?
Yeah.
Alright, so right as you get in past the gift shop, got a lot of artifacts over here. These are cool. These family passes right here. So if you were a spouse or relative of a railroad employee for the nickel plate here, you could ride on the trains for free, and this was your pass to get wherever you wanted to go. All kinds of locks and things down here. You got the Lincoln Funeral Train Bell. This is apparently the actual bell from Lincoln's funeral on the train. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Stock certificates from the old railroads. A lot of stuff in here. And behind me here, they've got a replica of the first steam engine to ever come through Ohio. This thing was called the Sandusky, and it would run from Sandusky down to Mad River, and I believe the Mad River station was down in Dayton. But this is an exact replica. A lot of do not touch signs. It's very fragile. That's pretty cool. Oh, you guys running the switchboard? Yeah. So this is the old control board from Norfolk and Western Bellevue Hump Tower. This is how they would control the retarders and the switches. And these all would light up and stuff, guys. So when you would flip these switches, it would show the train its route into the yard and all that stuff. So these are like the A tracks. In Bellevue, those are like your receiving yard. So that's how they would run them in. They'd tell a train, okay, you're good for A6, and they would line them up down through here. Would line them up down through here and flip the switches, and he could get into the tracks. We come in the second room here. We got a couple of cabooses we can go up on. Some old memorabilia plates. An old train signal. This is cool. Look at this awesome, nice old Ford truck from 1929. Was used in Sandusky, Ohio by the railroad for deliveries. Yeah, this is what cabooses were like, man. The guys used to ride on the back of the trains in these things.
Really?
Yeah.
This is so cool. Hey, this bench is a little stiff. You actually allowed to get up there?
Yeah, we store stuff down in there. And these guys, look at these crazy guys. So back in the day, they used to have to climb up there on these cars while they were moving and slow them down when they would go over the hump. That's how they would slow them down, is they'd have to ride them and then control the handbrakes from the top of the car.
This is cool.
Now they've got retarders that do that for you.
Yeah. There's no ladder.
Climb up here in this old Wheeling Lake Erie caboose. This one's a little different than the last one here. There's the beds. Little stove in here for cooking and keeping everybody warm. So we talked to the gentleman when we purchased our tickets and things. He was very informative. Gave us a general overlay of everything. He actually gave us a discount for Caitlin. He didn't make us pay. That was awesome, super cool. And they gave the kids magnets after we purchased our passes to come through and check things out. And as we leave the cabooses, come over here into the passenger cars. So the steel dome was the nation's first dome car.
Stinky.
First dome car ever built. Still in the process of remodeling, but you can see general idea what it was like to travel on this thing.
Just a random triangle hole.
Bunch of seats all stored up. There's some pub tables down over there, it looks like. Yep. You could play little cards while you're traveling or have a drink, something to eat.
Nom 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 nom. Hey. Oh.
Storage. Some information about the dome car where you could go up and you could see, look out the top of it where it's clear on the top, hence the name of the dome car.
I want to go up there.
You can, it's blocked off, kiddo. They're remodeling it. It's not safe to go up there.
Oh.
Right? This is what it would look like.
I'm going to open the suitcases.
There's the top of the dome when people could see where they were going.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Alright, we're going to head across the street now. Check out all the locomotives and box cars and all the things they have over here fenced in. And then after that, we're going to go check out the steam engine and some of the things across the street here. There are some rules. Wear shoes at all times. No climbing on the equipment. Children under 16 must be accompanied by an adult. Smoking in designated areas only, and no pet food or drink. So once you get through the first building here, there's a gentleman inside that talks to you, give you more information if you are interested. There's a lot of photos and pictures in there, but once you get outside, here's where all the good stuff's at. Yeah. Come out. There's a whole little switcher right here. Old phone booth they used to use to let trains know we're coming in or what was needed switched. Cool little train station here, like switching station. I'll go in there and check that out after we walk through this boxcar here. Ooh, it's full of artifacts. Cool little train station in there, huh?
Collection.
Cars. Old railroad lock style here.
That's American flag train.
Yeah. Some CSX memorabilia, stickers and first aid kits, hats. There's an old watchman's shanty. So they'd sit down in here and hang out, wait for the trains to come through, line some switches for them when they'd come through. Little coal-fired stove there.
I'll go get some electronics. Did you give him that one?
If it's got an open door, you can get into them, but that one doesn't. Let's check this out. So this is like your old train station. You know, you'd come up, get your tickets and that kind of stuff. This is pretty cool. Tells you what trains are on time, what's coming, all that stuff. Get your baggage and scales so they knew how much to charge you for what you were taking. This is pretty cool. Ticket slots. Get your window station here, get your tickets. An old coal-fired stove again. That's how everything was heated back in the day. Coal everything. Steam trains, coal. This is cool. This depot station is pretty cool. So this is what they would do to go when they would travel the train station to train station. This old telephone in here. That's freaking cool. So we just left the maintenance car there with the safety videos for Operation Lifesaver.
Dude, it was like freaking theater in there.
We're gonna check out these other cars that are open here and see what's inside them. So the car we just went into has got a lot of looks like signal maintainers and maintenance away equipment in here behind us. A lot of stuff down in here. Old handbrake wheels, track jacks, things on here in the wall, wrenches and things. The way these cars are set up is pretty cool. How they have them open, got a bunch of memorabilia inside of them, things from the old railroads. The safety video in the last car for Operation Lifesaver was pretty informative. Make sure you stay off the track so you don't get hit by a train.
Why are you laughing?
Well, because, I mean, it's kind of common sense, but at the same time, we have to tell people because it's not. So that's why it's kind of funny, because you'd think you would stay off railroad tracks anyway because a train's coming. But people think they can hear it, so they think it's okay, and you can't always hear the train coming, that's for sure.
Once you hear it go.
So here's some more signal communication and telephone stuff from the old railroads in here. When we came in to this side of the museum, the gentleman in the first room that you walk through told us there's a locomotive on each end of the museum here that you can go up in and look around. So we're going to head up into the one right now by the watchtower and see what it looks like inside. Right there's the watchtower. There's the building over there that we originally started in, just to give you guys a little reference. And we're about to go into a locomotive from the old Wabash Railroad. This is pretty low. You gotta duck to get in. A couple of seats for the conductors. Yep, that's the horn. I don't know. Pull it. No, how about the other one? Oh man, you probably scared the hell out of that guy in that truck too if that horn would have went off. He'd have wrecked his truck. Yep, here's all the old setup, man. This is what they used to drive. So walking around in here for a little bit, it's pretty cool actually. It's kind of like a little railroad city almost, with the hubs and outhouses and all the track signals and freight cars that are open you go in and check out, and the train station here where you could buy tickets and things. It's kind of hidden. You don't realize that it's as big as it is because it looks kind of small from the outside, but once you get in here it's actually a little different. There's a lot of tracks in here and there's a lot of cars to look at and a lot of memorabilia and history in here, so I would definitely recommend checking it out. You know, I live close to here and I've never really been in here, so this is all new for me as well, and it's definitely an experience. Well, I know they do a little Christmas run over here. They do it over here. I think they take this caboose, and I'm not sure if they use this locomotive or if they use a different one, but they take it, run it down into the yard over here, and then bring it back at Christmas time. They do little trips with them. Got quite the interesting car here. I'm not sure what this is actually used for, so we're gonna check this out. Well, I can read that, son. I don't know what it's for though.
Looks like a smoker. Has a little hat on.
It says 45-ton sidearm car pusher locomotive. It was built by the Atlas Car Company in Cleveland, Ohio.
What does it do?
Was used at the Lower Lake docks, coal docks in Sandusky. So it was a pusher car at the coal docks over in Sandusky.
What is it for? You see it like pushes things?
It would push the cars.
Why does that have such a big back?
So it would push the cars up to the dumper. Remember the big dumper we saw when we were at Dockside Cafe the other day?
Yeah.
That is what they would used to use back in the day to push the cars to the dumper. And then the dumper would take them up, dump them in the freighters, and then kick the car out and put another one in.
Dad, it wasn't.
So this thing right here is a snow plow locomotive.
Looks like a boat.
It does. They don't use them anymore. They use like jet engines to melt the ice and blow the snow and stuff out of the gauge of the rail. But this thing, the sides would open up, and it would be so wide that it could clear 2 tracks at one time. So like these 2 tracks right here and here, it would be wide enough that it would come down one, but it could clear both tracks completely off with snow top of the rail. Imagine what that thing would look like if it was going like 30 mile an hour plowing snow. It'd be freaking snow everywhere.
That would be so cool.
That thing's huge.
That looks so cool. Spider-Man.
You guys are crazy. It's New York Central Freight Station. Sitting here, this is cool. I don't think it's open though. We're gonna see if we can get in there, but I don't believe it's open to the public. We're still remodeling and working on it. We got an old derrick right here they used to use for re-railing. A couple old pusher locomotives. And here's the big girl, the 757. Old steam locomotive. And her coal tender. You can't get in there. They just got that back like a year, maybe 2 years ago before Corona happened. They gave it to us. They gave it to the city of Bellevue, and the train museum couldn't handle it. It was too big, it was too much for the train museum to handle. So they sent it away to somewhere in Pennsylvania, and they had it, and it was just rotting. They weren't restoring or nothing, just sat and sat and sat. So finally, the train museum got enough money to bring this thing back and start refurbishing it. So 2 years ago, I was still at the railroad when they brought this thing back into town. They hauled it back in, towed it back in, and brought it over here and parked it. And then these guys have been working on it ever since. It still needs a lot of work, but man, that's a pretty impressive machine, isn't it?
Yeah, look at all that stuff.
Yeah, see how it's all rusted out right there and stuff? That's from when it was just sitting over in Pennsylvania letting it rot.
Why would they do?
because it costs a lot of money to restore something like this. So see how big them wheels are? They're bigger than you are. Hell, they're almost bigger than I am.
Well, they're not. I'm gonna put my foot like up.
They're bigger than you are.
Yeah, like not bigger than you right now.
So what everybody think of the train museum?
It was cool. Good.
Cool? Was it fun?
Yeah.
It was definitely interesting. There's not a whole lot for little kids to do. Actually, I don't think there's anything for little kids to do.
For playing with the buttons.
But it's really informative, and there's a lot of history here, so it's cool. If you're a railroad buff or you just want to check out some cool stuff, this is definitely something I would recommend. But now we're going to head to some of the best barbecue in the area. We're going to go to Snooty's Barbecue. It's up off of Route 4 on Strecker Road. It's about halfway between Sandusky and Bellevue. So again, if you're in town for Cedar Point and you really want some good barbecue, this is what you want to hit. They've got a trailer stand. It's right before Strawberry Hill Farm Market there, gas station. If you're heading towards Sandusky, if you're heading towards Bellevue from Sandusky, it's right after Strawberry Hill. You want to take a left. We're going to hit that up, get some barbecue, and we'll give you a little video from there. Yeah, we're almost to Snooty's. I think it's on Portland Road, and it's right after Strawberry Hill. I'm gonna flip it around. You guys can go ahead and see Strawberry Hill is right there, that red building. So we're heading towards Sandusky right now. So this is our street, Portland. We're gonna take a right. And if you were heading from Sandusky, you would want to take a left, obviously. But we're gonna turn here. We're gonna check this new move out. They just moved to this new location. So if you guys have visited them before, they used to be at Strawberry Hill. But now they're just past. Right here you can see the sign. Snooty's Barbecue. They got a little trailer here. And this is where she be. Right here. Some picnic tables over here to the side. Ribs, brisket, pulled pork, chicken, homemade sides. Alright, as you guys can see the trailer behind me there. Joe Hire hooks it up every time. Let's see what everybody got. Austin, how's your pulled pork sandwich?
Really good.
You like the barbecue sauce on that? It's homemade. They make all their own. Kate, how's that? You got the pulled pork sandwich as well? I got the three rib sampler here. And the special loaded nachos. I can't wait to dig in. We just finished up at Snooty's here. I got the loaded nachos and the 3-pack of ribs. The ribs were amazing. They're very large. You get a good portion for the 3. I think it was $6. The loaded nachos were $8, and they were covered in pulled pork, baked beans. I believe it was either salsa or like a chili, whatever their chili base is, and some barbecue sauce, and then they topped it off with a seasoning. Phenomenal. It was great. I loved it. How was your guys' pulled pork?
It was delicious.
Delicious? How was the sauce?
It was really good.
Yeah, they make their own sauce. It's not store-bought or anything. It's homemade, secret recipe. So if you guys are looking for some of the best barbecue in the area, you definitely want to check out Snooty's off Route 4 on Portland Road. Until next time.